A couple purchased a long-distance bus from 60 years ago and spent 2 years designing and renovating it themselves, transforming the rusty, dilapidated bus into a luxurious motorhome. This was the first day Matt and his wife bought the bus. They excitedly climbed aboard and happily explored their future home. For a long-distance bus manufactured in 1960, it actually looks brand new, and the interior space is incredibly spacious with a 2-story layout and 55 square meters of interior space. It would make an absolutely luxurious motorhome if converted. The next day, Matt and his wife went to the local DMV, reached an agreement with the previous owner for €5,000, and successfully registered the bus under a new title. After a long journey, the bus has now safely arrived at Matt's house. Next up is the renovation work. First, we'll remove the unused handrails and the hundreds of seats throughout the bus. After completing these tasks, Matt and his wife carefully measured the interior dimensions and recorded every measurement to further refine the design plan. They carefully removed all the windows, and they also had to remove the entire floor of the car. They also removed the massive in-car air conditioner, which helps the engine conserve some power. As the interior of the bus was gradually stripped bare, Matt realized the situation was even worse than he had imagined. Given the extent of the rust, even the body panels had to be removed. Doing this not only gives you a better understanding of the car's condition, but also makes it easier to modify it later on. After removing the bus's original body panels, Matt prepared a romantic lunch for his wife, invited her on a date to the beach, and took the opportunity to pick out some parts for the bus. Carefully sand down the rust from the frame surface, then cut away the damaged sections and reinforce them with steel tubing. The body structure also needs to be reinforced. To ensure the bus's structural stability, load-bearing columns should also be welded into the interior. Finally, apply a coat of primer to the entire frame. This silicone polyurethane-based paint offers excellent durability and protective properties, preventing exposed metal from rusting quickly. A heavy rain washed the entire frame clean. Worried that the bus might be damaged again, Matt had no choice but to buy a brand new body skin and then seal the frame. All he has to do is cut them precisely along the contours of the car body, then use sealant to position and bond them, and they'll be very secure. Now that the bumper has been reinstalled, it looks much neater. In their free time, Matt and his wife also go out to visit friends. This is a cozy mobile home with an excellent layout, the bedroom upstairs and the bathroom downstairs. The owner showed Matt and his wife the rug she had made herself, as well as the fireplace they use for heating in the winter. Matt's wife incorporated the inspiration she gained into the bus's design. Before starting the renovation, the frame needs to be repainted with rust-proof paint. The Matts are extremely meticulous when it comes to the finer details. The hood that Matt had ordered earlier has also arrived. Fortunately, the skin was cut to the exact dimensions, so there are no gaps between the hood and the body. After spending half a year renovating the frame, Matt and his wife were finally able to begin renovating the second floor and started removing the flooring. Realizing that the wheel wells weren't covered yet, Matt made a special trip to the home improvement store to have mudguards custom made for the bus that fit like a glove. Matt's wife hopes to be involved in every step of the RV conversion process. Taking advantage of the nice weather today, Matt installed a brand new gas tank on his car. Seeing her husband after a busy day, the wife couldn't help but express her love. It turned out that today was also Matt's birthday. With a partner like this by her side, she'd gladly endure any amount of fatigue. Next, they'll install a balcony on the car and officially begin the interior renovation. Since the interior space is fairly enclosed, it's not very convenient for Matt and his wife to watch the stars and the moon, so Matt plans to build a small relaxation deck at the rear of the second floor. After more than half a year of renovations, the bus was finally able to leave its original location and enter the paint booth to begin the painting process. However, before spraying, polyester fiber and epoxy resin must be used to fill the gaps in the roof and completely seal the underside of the vehicle. Knowing that his wife likes warm, cozy colors, Matt took the initiative to mix the paint to a matcha green shade. While the paint was drying, Matt and his wife went to a nearby glass factory to have more than 20 bulletproof windows custom made for the bus, and Matt helped the workers install them. Each pane of glass must be evenly coated with sealant along the edges before installation. After a full week of painting and assembly, the bus's exterior finally has a fresh new look, and even the control panel has been painted a bright off-white. First, they secured the plywood on the first floor to support the insulation layer above it. Then they went up to the second floor and filled the partitioned frames with insulation pads, which have excellent heat resistance. With the rear platform already in place, laying the flooring was much easier. While the adhesive was still setting, I used the flooring panels to apply additional pressure, and only then could I confidently cover the remaining walls. To spend the winter comfortably here, you'll also need to install a heating system that uses an extensive network of pipes to heat the living room and bathroom upstairs. Now it's time to add antifreeze to the water tank. As the heating system kicks in, the once chilly room quickly warms up to 30 degrees. Installing solar panels on the roof. The workers first laid out a complex network of wiring inside the vehicle along the frame structure, then led Matt up to the roof to install the fixed frame. Considering that the vehicle's weight will continue to increase in the future, he had no choice but to temporarily remove the bus's tires. Moreover, once the vehicle was raised, he could take the opportunity to properly route the pipes underneath. To solve the problem of outdoor water supply, Matt bought a few more huge water tanks. The rear section of the first floor will be used as a utility room. In addition to two 1,000-liter freshwater tanks, there is also a black water tank in the middle for storing wastewater. The metal frame needs to be covered with plywood to make it look neater and tidier. Over the next 2 days, Matt and his wife were busy working on the walls on the second floor. Not only did they run the internal wiring, but they also partitioned off the bedroom and bathroom. Since it was his wife's birthday today, Matt decided to take a day off early and go to his father-in-law's house to celebrate with her. To enhance the ambience of the room, they attached plywood to the steps as well. The exposed water pipes were unsightly and needed to be covered. The frosty cold in Istanbul set in quickly, so his wife thoughtfully set up a heater for Matt to keep him warm. Just as they were dreaming of a wonderful life ahead, an earthquake disrupted all their plans, and Matt had no choice but to take temporary shelter with his wife. It wasn't until a few weeks later that they returned to the renovation site. Fortunately, everything there was just as they had left it. My wife swept away the accumulated dust, while Matt was in charge of sanding down the rough spots to make the wall smoother. The room looks much brighter now. To make the exposed radiators look more attractive, Matt chose to use these wooden panels with built-in slots to cover the lower half of the wall. Since the heating pipes are over 40 meters long, the renovation work took a very long time. Chimera fixation, pipeline organization. There's no room for half-hearted efforts in any of these processes. Matt drilled a round hole in the empty space to extend the gas line outside. What was once an empty frame has, thanks to the couple's hard work, gradually begun to feel like a home. To help the RV better handle the weight, Matt plans to replace all the old tires with new ones. Next, Matt and his wife are ready to move on to decorating the interior of the bus. They decided against drab curtains and opted for airy blinds instead. As for the hatch on the living room ceiling, it has been converted into a skylight, so you can lie on the couch and gaze at the stars. Since the RV's heating system consumes a lot of electricity, Matt decided to replace the fireplace. Matt applied wood wax oil to the wooden trim, and after it dried, he attached it around the edges of the window. No matter how complicated the task, Matt and his wife always managed to complete it in perfect harmony. The bedroom lattice should be spray painted matcha green so that it blends seamlessly with the walls. Since his wife likes a cozy atmosphere, Matt also installed warm tone strip lights in the corner of the room. Since the second floor will serve as the main living area in the future, they specifically chose solid wood planks to cover the bedroom floor. Using vintage parquet flooring, the living room area is defined, starting from the patio at the rear of the house, extending through the bathroom area, and up to the wall. Taking the bathroom's waterproofing requirements into account, Matt pre-cut the waterproof panels and laid them from the sink area to the floor, extending all the way to the connecting hallway. The Matts took some time out of their busy schedule to visit a furniture factory, where they had a complete set of sofas and cabinets custom-made to fit the dimensions of their rooms. Set up an exterior surveillance system so they can keep an eye on the outside world at any time, whether they're traveling or taking a break. Early the next morning, the furniture we had ordered arrived without a hitch, and thanks to the custom dimensions, the installers had no trouble setting it up. As the cabinet doors were installed one by one, the installation of the oven and refrigerator proceeded smoothly. Since solid wood countertops are quite expensive, Matt chose to use these patterned tiles as an alternative, which not only look better but are also easier to clean when greasy stains occur. The second floor features not only a bright and airy bedroom and a spacious living room, but also air conditioning and heating that circulate throughout the entire vehicle. To separate the rear of the car from the patio, Matt had custom sliding glass doors installed, which not only save space but also let in natural light. Matt asked a friend to help drive the bus while he checked to see if any of the furniture had moved. Fortunately, none of it had budged. Matt drove the vehicle to the inspection station, where they passed the inspection, and the original bus registration was officially changed to an RV registration. Once the final touches on the renovation are complete, Matt and his wife will be able to move to the place of their dreams at any time. Since the final destination of this trip was Alaska, the two of them mentioned that they had had a custom nameplate made. Matt decided against buying a ready-made bed. Instead, he sourced some lumber, cut it to fit his frame, and took it to his bedroom to assemble and secure it. Now all he has to do is lay down a soft mattress. Matt also built the bathroom cabinets himself, while his wife took on the task of hanging wallpaper, including securing the cabinets to the wall. Although the bathroom isn't very large, both a toilet and a sink need to be installed. The mirror is mounted behind the door panel, which maximizes interior space. With the safety of the patio in mind, Matt first installed wooden posts inside the railing. Now that the renovation of the second floor is nearing completion, the two of them have time to fine-tune the details on the first floor. Since the vehicle is constantly bouncing while in motion, items on the countertop tend to shift easily, so Matt's wife suggested adding a few more shelves. This bus, which was originally in a state of disrepair, has gradually become more and more cozy thanks to the Matt's renovation efforts. They then spent another week refurbishing the cockpit and putting their everyday belongings back in their proper places. The space under the seats can be used for storage, and the spacious cabinets can hold plenty of tableware. On the left is the dining area. Underneath the staircase, in addition to a full-size refrigerator, lies the home's electrical hub, which uses solar panels on the roof to provide ample power for various appliances. The front room on the second floor is a cozy bedroom. The washing machine and office area are arranged together. The flip-down desktop helps minimize the space it takes up in the hallway. The heating system is hidden beneath the potted plants, and the air conditioner is disguised as a single-seater sofa using a cushion. Before they officially set off, let's take a look at the final version of this RV.